Jack Stone. It's probably the most hated LEGO theme out there. It's got weird figures, strange looking sets, and a bunch of peculiar pieces. So let's take a look at this oddball LEGO theme and we'll ask ourselves, are these pieces secretly awesome? Can you use them to build sweet LEGO creations? Here we go, let's dive in and see if this LEGO theme is awful or actually really freaking cool. Here he is, Jack Stone, the man, the myth, the legend, the star of his own movie. Jack Stone is awesome. He's a badass, cool-looking dude that saves the day with the power of creativity. No one is more awesome than Jack Stone. Women love him, men love him. He's Jack Stone, a man with his own catchphrase. Can do, will do, done. These minifigures are a part of what was called the 4 Juniors LEGO system. Jack Stone was one of many themes under this kind of sub-bracket. We also had themes like the delightful Pirates, with their big and creepy looking pirate minifigures. There was also some more city-focused sets, which, funnily enough, still featured Jack Stone, even though the theme was no longer named after him. He's like the guy that just sticks around and you can't get rid of. However, easily the coolest one under this banner was a Spider-Man Juniors series. Look at that Doc Ock! Oh! A lot of these sets released around 2003 to about 2005. And these Juniors minifigures specifically, they're kind of hated across the LEGO community. Yeah, sure, they are very nicely detailed, with a ton of printing, but they just look so strange. I mean, they have fingers on their hands, which just doesn't feel right when you compare it to a regular minifigure. But the worst part is you can't actually take these figures apart. Unlike traditional minifigures, there is zero room for customization, which is kind of lame. Although, technically, you can open them up. However, doing so requires you to destroy the figure. But yeah, this doesn't count. Yeah, people don't like these. In fact, so much so that these are often given away at LEGO conventions. People like to just leave them on top of people's creations, and the process of doing that is called getting stoned. That totally sounds like a joke. It's not. It's a thing. So I've been showing you a lot of the figures from the set 4611 Police HQ, and this set is a great example for why people hate this theme. So let's take a closer look, shall we? First things first, we get a bad guy in his car. The design is very simple and it's actually quite robust. In fact, a lot of the advertising material would showcase that you could drop this and it will not break. And that's true. The cop car is also quite big and chunky. And yeah, that's kind of the main issue that people have with these sets. It's that there's a ton of big, specialized parts that are just kind of large, big, and a little bit useless. And the overall designs aren't all that special either. They're too juniorized, which, I mean, is the point of these sets. But the adult fan LEGO community is just, well, adults. So we look at sets like this and we go, well, I don't want it, it's not for me. I can't use stuff like this. There's no appeal. The car does have some storage at the back, but not enough to actually put the bank robber inside, which is a shame. Oh, but the best part about this set, it comes with a sound brick. I assume that it's meant to be like a police car siren, however, this is what it sounds like. You hear that? That's the sound of 1,000 AFOLs screaming about how much they hate this. So yeah, look, after all these years, the battery is dying. And sadly, there's no actual way to open this up. There's no screws, there's no latches, anything like that. Once the batteries die, they die. Oh well. So look, yeah, we're getting a lot of incredibly basic designs. Not really any amazing pieces either. But there is still a certain charm to these sets. The huge, clunky designs, they are kind of fun. And they have a very specific look to them that does feel a bit retro. It feels very indicative of the time period, the early 2000s. And we do have a few gems here as well, like this chrome silver dish used for the spotlight. That is a beautiful piece in a beautiful color. and we can land this helicopter on top of the jail cell, which is the first part of the building we'll be talking about. Once again, incredibly basic. There isn't really much to this. I mean, it does look like a jail, so it's not inherently a bad design. The pieces that make up these walls, they use a lot of parts that you're going to see in many Jack Stone sets. This kind of like sturdy pillar, and then some sort of like window insert that rests between the pillars. You can see here how the white ridges in these pieces kind of lock the windows in place. It is a very different approach for LEGO. It's not something you see them using too much these days. But it's also a bit different because the top of the bricks have these pegs on top. Now, these are here to make sure that everything is super sturdy. Once again, if you drop this, it will not break. But including these pegs does limit the amount of pieces that you can actually place on top, which is limiting and unfortunate. Once again, another reason that the LEGO community does not like Jack Stone. And see, I think that's the thing, right? The other most hated theme has to be Galidor. A theme that once again looks very unlike LEGO. But, Galidor has kind of had a bit of a resurgence recently. People actually are starting to enjoy it. The designs, despite being a bit weird, are kind of cool. And you can easily use a lot of these pieces in Bionicle creations, which is great. They weren't popular back then, but they're starting to get popular now because people realize they were cool. As for Jack Stone, there's not really much of a resurgence for that. People don't want to go out and buy these sets, which is good because it means they're cheap. And yeah, you don't really see AFOLs going out and building, Jack Stone creations. This theme kind of lacks the spark and originality that Galidor has. These sets are so similar to your modern city sets. Galidor ain't nothing like Galidor. And the parts and pieces are just a little too specific for you to really actively use them in custom creations. But hey, let's move over to the final part of this set, the large police tower. Is this building going to redeem the set? Let's find out. I mean, it's basically the same construction as the jail cell, but with different windows this time. The printed details on the windows are actually quite nice. And look, I like the printed wanted poster brick that comes with this as well, which you're meant to place inside the tower. And speaking of the interior, let's take a look at the instructions for this set. This is it. That's all you get. You're looking at the instructions. I don't know why they didn't go a little more detailed, but there you go. And yeah, as you can see here, there are no detailed shots of the interior. You get a few extra bricks, but there's no clear indication of how you're meant to use them to build the interior. There's a few random images that showcase this table and a few other things, but it's a guessing game. Isn't that strange? You're just not told where to put this stuff. Yeah, maybe they wanted kids to, use these random pieces that you get in the set and other parts in your collection. Maybe they wanted you to use all of that to make your own interior, which I guess is a nice sentiment, but I don't know. They could have just included one more shot in the instructions to show you what to build. Strange. Although inside, we get a nice red chair. This is the same chair that appeared in some of the old Fabuland LEGO sets. It's quite nice to see this return. I love Fabuland. Interesting that the chair scales well with either one of these figures. And then another interior detail is a fireman's pole. A fireman's pole in a police station. It's nice to get a flex tube in this set. That is always a good piece, but it's an interesting choice. Otherwise though, the interior is very empty. I just put a few of the pieces that you get in this set in here, but I don't really know what they're supposed to be. Yeah, there's a lot of strange stuff in sets like this. Jack Stone was a weird theme with odd pieces. Yeah, the concepts, the ideas, it wasn't that exciting and it wasn't that different from anything else that we were getting at the time, or anything that we're getting today. But still, these sets do have a fun charm to them. I grew up with Jack Stone as a kid and I really liked these sets. I thought Jack Stone was the coolest frickin' dude ever. LEGO accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, because I liked this. And also, it is worth noting, as goofy and as strange as these sets are, They were an awesome transition between Duplo and standard LEGO sets, which again was the intention. The larger pieces made it easier for kids to, actually handle the parts. And everything was super sturdy. This means that kids could be a bit more, rough with the sets, which is how they play. The target audience was, of course, younger kids. And this was perfect for them. Although, I suppose that the modern 4+ LEGO sets, they kind of have the same thing going. Bigger pieces, larger designs, but now they have minifigures. And that's fine. I guess kids don't need bigger figures to play with. And yeah, these sets are pretty similar to Jack Stone. Clunky, strange, not a lot of people like them, but kids like them, and that's what's important. Okay, so I said before that the parts and the pieces are a little bit too specific, and they're hard to use. Well, it's time to prove myself wrong. Let's spotlight some of these pieces and see how you could use them in your own creations. Maybe they're not so bad. Let's find out. We're going to start off with these pillars. Castor Troy has used them in a steampunk building. They have made great use of some of the patterns on the sides of these pillars, because now it gives it this beautiful kind of architectural finish. And doesn't that look just lovely? But what about the windows that attach onto these pillars? Well, we're not actually going to be looking at a mock to illustrate how these are used. Instead, let's take a look at an old Spider-Man set, because these pieces are used here in Trans Clear. So this set recreates the places that Peter Parker became Spider-Man and Norman Osborn became the Green Goblin, using this piece for that kind of transformation chamber. It looks good. Because hey, it's not all that common that LEGO makes big, large glass pieces like this. So if you want, a big, large window, a sort of containment room with protective glass, this piece is perfect and it looks good. Maybe it's not so bad. What about the flex tube element that comes in this set? Well, Loaf Builds has used it here for limbs on a fantastic character build. Isn't that clever? We also have these nice trans-orange slope pieces. It's an interesting part, and it's a part that Joxon has spammed on this sword. Yeah, it looks like some sort of digital blade that ebbs and flows and changes shape. What a sick idea. And then these chrome silver pieces. Oh, they are so lovely. Why not do like Jordan has done and use them for some sweet cars? How nice does that pop of chrome silver look when you use it on a mock? I can't think of a single situation where using this isn't going to be the coolest frickin' thing ever. That shiny color is so gorgeous. I wish that LEGO still actively made chrome silver pieces like they used to. It used to be a lot more common, now it's incredibly rare. And finally, we've got a Jack Stone figure. How could you use them? Well, LEGO Joey has built a mech that uses one of these figures. The larger size of this guy, it makes for a bit of a new scale that you can play with. So if you want to build something that's a little bit bigger than minifigure scale, use one of the Junior's minifigures. It does look pretty nice. So you know what? People give these sets a bad time. People hate them. But maybe they're not so bad. In my quest to prove that these sets suck, turns out they're actually kind of great. They are silly and goofy and strange, but I like them. And turns out the pieces are actually somewhat useful. Jack Stone. What an interesting time in LEGO history. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And hey, did you have any Jack Stone sets as a kid? Or are you thinking about picking some up right now? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now. When in doubt, just shout. Can do, will do, done.